In this video I'm going to show you just a few miscellaneous items which should be of some interest. One of the things which a lot of people are interested in is our ability to audit completed forms and who's changed what fields and when and what they changed it from, what they changed it to. We refer to that as data history, and I can show you here how we can go and look at the data history. So only administrators can see this capability. So if I wanted to go and look, for instance, at I'll just quickly get to it like this, one of our development request forms. I can see here the history of who's involved in it at a high level, and then I can actually press the data history button, and this is now going to pop up a new window which shows me who submitted the fields and when. So the first submission was made on the 2nd of March at 7:37 AM by Ian Jobling at the new form stage, and here we can see the field that Ian entered. Then we can see that I reviewed this on the 9th of March at 8:56, and you can see the fields that I entered. Now anything that is in blue indicates that I actually made a change in the form, so we can very quickly see which fields I've changed. So each submission that gets made, a new column is added, and this gives us a very nice way of auditing our field data. Another thing which is of interest is being able to deploy these forms and reports in a variety of flexible manners. So for instance, I might want to include it in an email, I might want to have a pop-up form coming out of a web page, I might want to embed it. So if I go and look at find a form, we can now press the link button here, and we're actually shown the different ways of deployment. So this is a regular URL that could be entered into a browser or in the body of an email. This is HTML for a pop-up form. This is the embedding code, so you actually see a Perfect Forms form application fully embedded inside your own web page. This also shows the URL to our web service API. Each form that you build is automatically given an API which allows your developers to integrate with this, to query data, add new form instances, update existing ones, and so on. Then finally, I'll take a look at some of the account level settings that can be made. So administrators here can access various information, including here you see a single sign-on capability that Perfect Forms has. This is often very nicely used in conjunction with LDAP, but can also just be used to avoid people having to log on to Perfect Forms if they're already logged on to an in-house system, and this works with both on-demand and on-premise. Actually, another feature which I'd like to point out is the version management system that we have. So each time we want to make a new version change, we're completely free to do that. In fact, you can see over time we've made 28 little changes on this form. And we also have what's called a draft mode facility, and that allows us to carry on with our main production deployed form, which in this case is version 28. But if I want, I can now go and create a version 28.1, and I can work on that and trial it in draft mode without interfering with the current production form. We also are adding in version 1.11 out at the end of March a facility which allows us to move data from previous form instances into the latest version. Perfect Forms also has comprehensive permissions management, so we can grant permissions for people to create new form instances or to have access to reports, as well as being able to decide which people are able to actually access any specific form instance.